All right, shalom, shalom. First things first, I want to give our honor and praise unto Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Rakakwadash. Say Barakati Yahweh, Barakati Yahushai, Barakati Yahweh, Barakati Yahushai, Barakati Yahweh, Barakati Yahushai, Bashem Rakakwadash. And we give double honor to our apostles and our elders, which are the apostle elders, a great millstone, which feed us with knowledge, wisdom, and understanding through the spirit and power of Yahbashim Yahushai. 2024, which is the hopeful year of Jacob's trouble. Lord willing, this be the year Yahbashim Yahushai redeems the elect. Let's jump right into it. This is a news update. Man, things are flying. Lots of news stories are going on. Things are happening. That's why the time we're living in is a very dire time. You know, and though we juggle our lives and the different shit we go through, it's the best time to be alive. So let's jump right into the news stories. This is another warning because the title of this video is going to be called World War III is coming. We told you so. All right. And it's not us that told you, it's the spirit that was telling. That's why it says that the Lord sent the prophets out, man. Okay. Those that have been given the inspiration. You know, certain prophets didn't want to do the job, man. You know, certain prophets ran, certain prophets came into what it say hindrance. But the time we at now is that, you know, everybody knows this has been out to the highways and byways for a long time, man. Yabashim Yashai is giving a lot of warning in a time where it comes to this war. So this is a news story that was posted 5 hours ago, okay? And this is, and the weapons that they're playing with, that's why we tell certain Jakes is that you can't do nothing against Esau. If you're trying to really go head up with this devil, that's why he's not worried about this. He's worried about the truth, but he's in his mind. That's why it says the Lord's going to harden his heart, just like he hardened Pharaoh's heart, man. Pharaoh seen the plagues. Pharaoh seen the power of the Lord through Moses and Aaron. Okay, so when you see what's happening right now is that he sees this truth. He sees the growth. He sees the men waking up, the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding that's being given, the breakdowns, the secrets that's being revealed. He sees it, but the same way that Pharaoh's heart was hardened, even in the time of the miracles, because technically this is a miracle. You know, the lengths that Esau took to hide who we are from the world, man, and ourselves, not just ourselves, the world. The world doesn't, they know if they, you know, you dealing with somebody that's a person that's in archaeology or somebody that knows the profession of history, they know that, hey, the Israelites were Negroes. That's why Russia let out those icons. And I say it again that that was a historical nuke. And why I say that is because somebody that I work with, and I never expected this to come out. You know, you working, you doing your job, and you know, and we come up a conversation. We go into a conversation, and he said, "Man, Russia let out them icons about black people being the people of the Bible." And I just looked at him. I said, "What?" He said, "Yeah." He said, "Man, the Russia, you ain't Russia let out them icons. You know, most Jake don't know or familiar with icons." But he brought it out. It was the icons. So this is giving more validity. And it's crazy because the apostles always said that when Esau tells it, or, you know, the so-called white man tells it, then Jacob believe it. But this is something that came out. So it was a nuclear bomb. It was a nuclear bomb in a way of, in the form of wisdom and knowledge. That's why everybody had was attached to that and saying, okay, well, the Russians are doing this. And it's not a news story no more. They knew what they were doing. They were sending a message. We know who's doing it. This is one of the dirtiest secrets that you can let out because you believe it or not. But this is a what it say is it's validating the scriptures because it's telling you that what we are the people of the Bible. You Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans that are spread out through the four corners of the earth. You are the people of the scriptures, man. All right, so let's jump right into this news story. This is from Newsweek. It says Russia issues warning. Okay, Russia issues nuclear warning to the U.S. at UN suicide venture. They know it. That's why they're not pulling the trigger. They know what comes on the other side of it. But really, even you read the book of Revelation, it says the angels that are holding back the winds. Okay, we know that the winds, even in the Middle East, that's why that's being stirred up with Lebanon. Lebanon is nothing but a proxy of Israel. So it's a proxy war of Persia. So the weapons and the things that are being used against Israel, the land of these Amalekites, are Iranian Persian weapons. So if it wasn't for the Persians, this conflict wouldn't be keep going. Just the same way as NATO is funding Ukraine. If NATO wasn't funding Ukraine, the war would be over already. I was watching McGregor, and he was going in. Man, the guy is very knowledgeable when it comes to Ukraine, these wars, these skirmishes, and he said it would have been over in 2022, but Ukraine was flooded by the weapons in the Ukraine and Europe and all these other allies, which are NATO countries, man. So we're not telling you this is that this is a game, man. They're a war, and nuclear talk is on the table. So let's read it. It says Russia issues new nuclear warning to the U.S. at UN suicide venture. Read it. Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov, and I've watched this guy for a while. A close ally with Russian President Vladimir Putin issues a new nuclear warning during United Nations General Assembly on Saturday, as he told Washington D.C. to prepare Europe for a suicide venture. And it says amid the ongoing Russian-Ukraine war, tensions between North Atlantic Treaty Organizations (NATO) countries and the Kremlin have continued as NATO leaders have increasingly warned that direct conflict with Moscow is a realistic danger, as it has more nuclear warheads than any other country, according to the International Campaign to Abolish Nuclear Weapons, the ICANW. This comes after Putin and senior Russian officials have repeatedly threatened nuclear escalation against Kiev and its Western partners since Russia launched its first scale invasion in Ukraine on February 2022. So this has been an ongoing thing. And it's funny that McGregor, the UA, the ex-nuclear watchdog person who worked for the agency, he said it. He said, man, this would have been over in 2022. And the thing has been escalating. Why is it? Because this is prophecy that's escalating. These are chess moves, spiritual chess moves that's being laid, man. They're being laid right in front of the world, and knowing this, but that's how we're gonna glorify this truth even more, because we've been informed about this, told about this, prepared. We've been prepped for this. That's why those that have taken heed have prepared themselves. We've laid up our mindset on a spiritual level to say, hey, this is gonna happen, man. Talking about it, pushing it, not just talking. We believe it, not just believing about it. We're talking and being able to teach it, sow it in the scriptures. That's why you don't hear the church, these Christians talking about no nuclear war, man. They're not talking about the end goal. They're not talking about what the continuance, because water is something that flows. That's why it says out of thy belly shall flow rivers of living water. So this truth is supposed to be a living, breathing, moving thing. There's a goal to the end of all of this, man. The goal is to change the flesh, which is the ultimate enemy, and the destruction and the establishment of the kingdom of heaven, man. That's it. There ain't no middle ground with this, man. Okay? And it says, let's pick here. It says, full-scale invasion of Ukraine. According to TASS, the Russian state news agency, Lavrov, speaking at the UN General Assembly on Saturday, warned Washington, D.C., as well as London, to prepare for a suicidal venture, pointing out the pointless and danger in the very idea to fight to victory with a nuclear power like Russia. It says a goal has been declared to inflict a strategic defeat to Russia, almost like London and Washington planned in May 1945 as they developed the operational unthinkable on destruction of the Soviet Union even before the end of the World War II. Back then, it was closely held secret. The Anglo-Saxon strategy of today, however, make no secret of their intentions. So far, they expect to defeat Russia with the hands of an illegitimate neo-Nazi Kiev regime. This is, man, they talking it. They saying because certain representatives, people that know and they're in the works, know how close it is, man. There's the attack on the what is it, that show, that auditorium, all these things and is taking place. These are the news stories that are not being propagated and pushed. They know what's the inevitable. It says so far they expect to defeat Salakia's suicide venture. Well, as Lavrov said, the Kremlin has repeatedly attempted to justify this invasion by claiming a neo-Nazi regime is in charge of Kiev. This has been economically rejected by Ukraine, but that's them putting it, because it goes back to a few years before the actual invasion. There was a taking over, and they were throwing up Nazi regime flags and all these different type of things. But that's something you can look up. But the main point is the scriptures have been told, man. Okay, because what's brewing up is the war. Okay, it says the second woe is past. Let's read Revelations 11 and verse 13. The same hour was there a great earthquake, because what are these missiles going to do? They're going to shake Earth. They're going to shake the what you call the equator plates, the tectonic plates. It says in the 10th part of the city fell in an earthquake, were slain of men 7,000, which 7 goes into completion. It says the remaining were affrighted and gave glory. It says and gave glory to the power of heaven. The second woe is past, and the third, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly. So we're telling you that it's not coming to pass. It's gonna come quickly. It's gonna speed up. That's why the Lord likened unto the kingdom of heaven as a woman in travail. You can now in Esau's world, you can somewhat know down where you know narrow down the time a baby's coming into the world. But in the ancient world, you didn't know. But when it started, it came quickly. You know, women's body were built different. It was a different time, and the way women birthed children were a different method than you see today. But in the time where she was in labor, her water broke. It's quickly. But before then, you don't know the time. You just know that a baby's coming. She might be cramping, and there's something different going on with the pregnancy. So a woman would be in almost suspense till the baby came. She might have been doing work, but she might have felt a couple pains, a couple cramps, and then dilation to say, hey, the baby's coming. That's what this truth was, or is. The truth was a sign to the world that the kingdom of heaven is dilating, man. Okay, the kingdom of heaven is being dilated on the earth, just like a woman dilates and it expands to welcome that baby into the world. The kingdom of heaven is being expanded, growing, and you see the knowledge, wisdom, understanding that's been given is true. The war is coming. There's a time where Russia was a part of was with what you call Babylon in a cooperative way. That's where those treaties were at. The START treaty, all these treaties that were signed with Babylon in Russia, they were easing tensions, man. But now it's worse than it's ever been, because guess what? The MOTB is coming. We've been telling people and blowing the trumpet when it comes to that subject, man. Okay. By the time it says the second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly. So what's the word quickly? The word quickly is what? Speedily, without delay. So we're telling you it's without delay now, man. The time is short. All these things that people been talking and putting out here, but hey, it's here, man. It's not moving any slower, because why is that? The Lord is brewing up these nations, just like in the ancient world. Pharaoh was taken out, but he didn't see. Why would you go into a miracle? The splitting of the Red Sea was a miracle, and he still was coming with animosity and not seeing. If any rightful mind would run away from it and say, "This, I just witnessed a miracle, man. A water split and these people walking through, and he still wanted to chase the God of heaven." He ain't never seen that from no Ra, none of those BSs, man. That's why those those magicians were trying to do the same miracles as Moses, but they weren't able to replicate it. That's why you go to the time of the serpent, where the Lord had Moses throw down his staff and it turned into a serpent. The Magi's did the same thing of Egypt, but it says the serpent ate the others, man. That story always sticks to me, because it's a very standout point to say, look, the right hand of the Heavenly Father is stronger than the left hand. All right, and these elites are using the left-handed side of things, man. but they're not able to prevail or beat this truth, man. All right, so I'm going to leave it there, Lord willing. Is that final lesson? This is a news update. I want to say call Halal, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Machak, Until next time, I say Shalom. And more, and I'll never keep faith. We in that time. Shalom.